Hi everybody, welcome back to episode 4 of the Genuine Glow Up with Tyffanee Chaunte. I just want to jump right into this because I have a lot of information to cover and I don't have a lot of time. so, first and foremost, if you're new, welcome to the channel. If you haven't, check out our other videos and like, comment, and subscribe. So, as of today, right now, by the time you guys see this, is going to be February 13th. So I just wanted to say happy Galentine's Day. I'm wearing my red. I hope that you guys use today to show your girlfriends, your girl pals, or whatever, the utmost love that you have in your heart. So yeah, today's glow topic of the day, we're actually talking about love. But before we get into it, I always like to get some good vibes going. So I'm going to start with our positive affirmation of the week. So our positive affirmation of the week is, I let go of all things that no longer serve me. So I want you to drop a comment in the comment section if you received that affirmation. So to let go of something means to relinquish one's grip on something or someone. Sometimes I feel like we stay in limbo longer than we need to because of fear. And life has truly just been teaching me that fear goes hand in hand with the need to control. So sometimes being afraid to release things that no longer serve us can keep us in a place mentally, physically, and emotionally that we've outgrown a long time ago. So I definitely want to encourage you, ladies and men, if you're watching, if you are holding on to some things, I definitely recommend to start the process, to start to heal and start to try to let go of things, especially if they're no longer serving you in your newer, updated version of your life. Everything in life is a reason, a season, or a lesson. So I'm truly just at a place where I'm learning to love people fully while they're in my life, while mastering the art of detachment and allowing for seasons to come to an end when they warrant. So if you think about the process, I'm gonna give you guys the non-sciencey photosynthesis with a tree and everything. So basically, a tree gets its energy from its roots, and then it passes on that energy to nourish the leaves. The more the tree nourishes the leaves, the longer the leaves stick around because they form that bond. Once the tree decides it's no longer beneficial to give that energy to the leaves, instead it stores it up for itself. And when that happens, the leaves is what happened? I used to get this thing from you and I no longer get it. The less that the tree nurtures the relationship with the leaves naturally fall off and the season changes and it's a new season in the life. So basically, once the tree, decides that, okay, I've had enough energy, to myself, now I'm ready to share that energy again, it nurtures and new leaves form and new relationships form. You tracking with me? Sounds familiar? Yeah, sometimes we're like a tree and our relationships are like leaves. They're either for a reason, a season, or a lesson. So yes, drop a comment below if you receive that affirmation. I let go of all that no longer serves me. I also want to quickly get through this self-care empowerment card. I always do one for you guys every episode. So this one says, how can I be more self-aware? What are some things that I can do to look within? I think for me, one way that I'm really truly becoming self-aware is through therapy, but also really just kind of following my emotions as I feel them. Instead of trying to suppress, if I feel a weird emotion, I just kind of let it go through my body and happen. And I kind of try to figure out, okay, when did I feel that shift in energy? What happened? What was the trigger? Things like that. Just really just paying attention to myself way more. It's easy like when you're a caretaker, when you work, when you got, families, husbands, friends, all of that. It's really hard sometimes to really stop and take inventory on yourself, but I think it's so important, and it's definitely an important step to becoming more self-aware. So that's my answer to that. So the glow topic of the week was inspired by Valentine's Day. And the glow topic of the week is what love really is. Green flags in a relationship. And now this is just a relationship in general. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship, but it can be like a platonic relationship, friendships, just relationship in general. I remember when I was a kid, like I always been like a huge Destiny's Child fan. Like I love me some Beyonce, and I still do to this day. Like that's big sis. Blue Ivy is my niece. Like Jay is the brother. Like you feel me? Like I have this whole like anyway. So back in the day when Destiny's Child dropped the Survivor album, if you guys are fans, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe my age is showing a little bit, but anyway, when she dropped that album, or when they dropped that album, I'm sorry. Let's not disrespect Destiny's Child. I don't know if you guys remember like the song, the outro on the album. Um, anyway, so when I first like listened to that album, though, I think that may have been like my first time ever like retaining like 1 Corinthians 13:4-7 when Michelle like said it in the song. So anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll just read the scripture for you and then we'll keep it moving. It says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. So ever since then, like that scripture for me has been like my literal blueprint on how I pretty much like the standard that I hold my relationships to. And I know that no relationship is perfect, and like sometimes people fall short or we fall short, but I think that this is a pretty good guideline and insight on exactly what healthy love should look like, whether it's a friendship or whatever. So based off that scripture, I created like 5 key points that I wanted to kind of touch on. So green flags in a relationship and what love actually really is. So my first one is your person is patient and kind with you, and you're patient and kind with your person. They give you space and capacity to come into who you are as a person, and they also give you space to change, evolve, reinvent yourself, and they do that with kindness and not trying to judge you or hold you to their standards or old standards. I think that one is pretty self-explanatory. Everybody goes through changes in their lives, especially like in a marriage. Like I think it was Sarita Jake's, TD Jake's wife. She said, and I never forgot it, like marriage is about learning how to love. What did she say? Marriage is about learning how to love different people in that span, like because we're just creatures of evolution. Like we're always evolving and growing and changing. So with marriage, you marry one person, but like in that marriage, you get to have the privilege to watch that person change and evolve and grow into something totally different. Like even when I reflect on my marriage, me and my husband, we've been together for like 10 years. We've been married for 4, been together for 10. And I can honestly say, like, we're both two totally different people than we were when we first got together. We may be doing the same things, but they're in totally different, like, form. And, we've truly just grown. And we've also, during that process, gave each other the capacity to do so. Like, you know, it was just an adjustment. Like, okay, so, now you like this sport. Okay, let's adjust. Or, okay, now you're doing this thing. Okay, let's adjust. Because at the end of the day, you're really taking the time to love the person, and it's not a conditional thing. So that's number one. Number two is your person is generous and vice versa. Sometimes your stuff is your stuff, and that's totally fine. But your person is always giving, whether big or small. Giving doesn't necessarily have to be like tangible material things, but they give you like time, they give you space, um, they give you energy, of course. And of course, material things also are very nice, especially if that is your love language, which I feel like most women do love to get gifts in some way, shape, or form. Some don't, but once they learn like what your love language is exactly, or what it is that makes you feel special, they just keep giving it, and they give it, and they give it. Like I said, that could literally be like, for me and my daughter, for example, I know that one of my daughter's love language, um, aside from gifts, is quality time. So I really, really try to like carve out that time and try to make it special for her. Like today, we're gonna go home and watch movies and eat popcorn after this. So I'm super excited. Number three, your person always allows you to have your moment when it's warranted. And I think this one is a huge one. They respect when it's your time to shine, and they have no problem giving you the floor. And they're so proud to do so. Um, I don't know, like, if you guys ever had any, like, toxic friendships and stuff, but, like, or let's say, like, you're a healthy person, or you had a toxic, or you are the toxic friend, I don't know, but I've definitely, like, witnessed relationships where, when it was the opposite person, or the friend, or the lover's time to shine, or the person to give them the floor, give them the attention, make them feel special. No problem at all. I love you. And it's genuine. It's from the heart. Like, go girl, you graduated, or go girl, you started that business, or I can't believe you did that. And it's genuine. But when it's reversed and it's like a toxic relationship, um, the person to try to sabotage your special moment, humiliate you, and ostracize you, that's not love. That's envy. Um, And envy can be a scary thing. It really, really can. So watch the company you keep. Number four, there are no ulterior motives. They are genuine and truly from the heart. Like things that they do for you are just truly from the heart, and they're pure, because the person sees you as worthy of it, and vice versa. So it's like, it's not like a narcissistic relationship where like the narcissist will like love bomb you at first and just give you all of this stuff just to kind of have you let your guard down. They're making it seem like it's from like a genuine place, but they have an ulterior motive. That's not love. And number five, they have your back. They know and trust that basically, like, if you were in a room full of people who didn't like you and they were talking crap about you, they know and trust that you'd either defend them, disarm them, or just leave the conversation totally. Because when you really love someone, you can't sit there and listen to people talk bad about them, but you also can't sit there and talk bad about the person behind their back. So, next week, I may or may not do a part 2 talking about what red flags and what love isn't. If I don't do that, I may do something a little more hands-on, and we may talk about skincare for Black people, because it's not just the month of love, but it is the month of Black History Month, and I am an esthetician, and I want to provide value to my community. So we may talk about that instead. Let me just think about it. Okay, summary of green flags in a relationship are patience and kindness, support, no problem allowing you to shine, and vice versa, genuine moments without looking for something in return, and lastly, they got your back like chiropractic. So anyway, that is my list. I hope you guys have a happy Valentine's Day. And for the lovers, tomorrow, I hope you have an amazing Valentine's Day. My husband made some sort of reservation, and he's telling me I gotta dress up. So I'm like, oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Now I gotta find an outfit. But those are fun problems. So yes. So I will see you guys in episode 5. And I love you very much. And I pray that you have a blessed day. Bye.